Okay guys, we are here. Mark, me, we're going to go mudlarking down there. Let's hit the foreshore. We're going to do the stretch following the Thames path up towards Bankside.
Marie,
yes.
We've arrived on the foreshore of the River Thames.
Here we are.
Finally the big question, what is mudlarking?
Alright, well essentially it's looking for items on the foreshore of the River Thames, historical items, anything from prehistory, fossils, up until the present day. Anything of historical relevance is the most important thing. Anything interesting, yeah, that's it. It's a pastime, it's a hobby. We're trying to save pieces of history.
I've got an eye for treasure.
You're going to get your eye in.
I'm going to get my eye in, but you've got to show me how to actually mudlark and what to do, what utensils I need to use.
I've got everything for you. We'll get kitted up and then we'll get stuck in.
Yes!
Okay, we're going to have some knee pads. They're really important.
Knee pads, very important. That says to me we're going to be kneeling down.
We're going to be kneeling down.
Okay.
So I've got us two pairs.
Two.
Pair each.
That's good. I've got two knees.
A pair each. You've got two. Me
I can accommodate two pads.
Thankfully. And then I've got a brand new shiny trowel here.
Brand new shiny trowel. Look at that.
We've got two trowels. So this is my older trowel. And that's a new one. I bought one just for you.
But Marie,
yes,
this is the lucky trowel.
The lucky trowel. I think you're going to be christening the lucky trowel.
I'm christening the lucky trowel.
So this is what we're going to be searching with. We're also going to be just using our eyes. We're not going to be like digging loads and disrupting the foreshore loads, but we will use these just to help us out if we spot something that might need a bit of...
And what are the rules and regulations? What can I do and what can't I do?
We've both got standard permits. What that allows us to do is dig or scrape to 7.5 centimetres on the foreshore. It allows us to search, actually. You need a permit for searching, for taking home finds, anything. There are certain areas where we can dig and scrape. Other areas are off limits for digging and scraping.
And we will not be going to the off limits one.
We won't be digging there.
We won't be digging there.
So we'll be going there. We can go and look with our eyes. We can go and read the foreshore. Go and look in areas we think might be productive. But we're not going to use any implements.
This is my first time. What advice would you give a complete beginner like me with my little trowel here? What am I looking for? How do I spot something that's different from the normal foreshore flotsam and jetsam?
All right. Well, a good tip is to look for unnatural shapes. So perfectly straight shapes, perfectly circular shapes, a coin shape, for example, a straight line. Shapes that you don't really find naturally occurring. That might indicate something man-made. I mean, as you can see, everything kind of looks the same as everything else, so you do need to get your eye in.
I'm sitting here and I'm just kind of seeing from a distance pebbles, nothing but pebbles.
But there are loads of little tips that we can talk about.
Great, and you'll be giving me those tips during the day.
As we go on, I'll give you some tips.
You promise you will give them
hints.
to me because you don't want me to beat you when it comes to the big treasure finds today.
I won't put you off. I won't give you any red herrings, or will I? Or will I? All right, so the tide's only just going out. We've got hours down here. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. But
it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
We've got hours. So all of this will be uncovered. We're going to make our way right down there under the bridges. We're going to go under two bridges that way.
Hey, what's this? What's this? Is it?
There you go. That's your first find. So, do you want me to...
You found it.
Well, you know, whatever.
Tell us about it.
It's a fragment. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's a fragment of a clay pipe. So it's obviously really worn, river worn. But this is an 18th century fragment, a fragment of an 18th century clay pipe. So the stem would have gone along there. Probably would have been quite long. And it's so worn, so you can't really see, but it might have had initials either side there, saying the maker on the heel of the pipe. We'll find others. This is nice. I don't know if you're into pottery, but I'm going to take this. It's this is a piece of English Delftware. It's tin glazed pottery. Basically, it was our answer to porcelain when we didn't know how to make porcelain in this country. And so this is enamel paste glaze over this earthenware base. And yeah, this it's like Delftware you see in Holland. It came here at the end of the 1500s, like 1590, and we produced it until like the 1840s. Just found this little piece of leather. Well, that's a nice piece of leather there with the eyelets in still. I'm going to keep that. Spotted down here a piece of fossilized tree bark. There we go. It's either tree bark or tree root. I need to ask one of my fossil friends, but there we go. That's a cool thing. I'm going to get that washed off and I'll take that home. That's a keeper. So, looks like asbestos. It's not asbestos. It's a fossil. It's a piece of fossilized tree bark or tree root, I think.
Wow.
I'm not a fossil expert, but I'm just really getting into fossils. I've got my friend Nick, who's known as Rock God. He's in Mudlark. He can tell me about fossils. He knows all about them.
I think I found something. Marie, I've got something. I think I've got something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right.
So. Just here.
You tell me what you think it is.
Well, I think I've been finding all these stems of the pipes.
Yeah.
Now I think this is the other end of it.
Absolutely. And
Excellent.
It's an early one. It's an early one. Can you see it still?
Let me pick it.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Right, this is good, Mark. This is really good. This could even possibly count as 2 fine. See how tiny it is.
Yeah, it's
compared
tiny.
to, we'll find some more, but that's because tobacco was less widely available. It was more expensive.
Oh, okay.
This stuff around here, this little details, that's called milling. A lot of these early pipe bowls feature this milling. And yeah, I mean, it's black here probably because of the mud.
Okay.
The anaerobic mud might have stained it. Yeah, that's why it is. But yeah, that is a really lovely little find. You do get them even smaller than that.
Wow.
But that is a cool find, Mark.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm pretty chuffed.
Yeah, me too. I'm pleased with that. Right, guys, I don't think this is one for Mark, but this is definitely one for me. I'm going to give you just a few seconds to shout at the screen what you think this is. I'm sure you know what this is. Earthenware. Strange holes. It is tin glaze sagar fragment. Really chuffed with that. I will take it because it just shows evidence of pottery activity on the River Thames. And you know, this stuff is boring to most people, but I love it. I'm a sucker for it. So there we go, sagar. So this is something that I find really exciting, but it's super nerdy. It's actually a part of a vessel that protected other vessels in a kiln when you were firing them. So these little triangular holes had struts going through, and plates to be fired would go on each strut. So this was a circular vessel, like a pot.
Gotcha.
Put it in the kiln with lots of plates on, and you'd fire it, and this protected the inner vessels.
And what was it called again?
This is called a sagar.
A sagar.
A sagar. It's a tin glazed sagar. So if you compare that pipe bowl to it's broken on that side.
A lot bigger.
18th century. It's another lovely little piece of blue and white. I'm gonna leave it for Mark to film as well.
That's amazing.
Isn't that pretty? So that is
So pretty.
That is blue and white transferware pottery, probably Victorian. Might be something on both sides. Nope. But this stuff mimicked our idea of the Orient and China.
The Chinese vases.
Yeah, this was made.
The 2 birds.
Exactly. And this stuff you find, it's called willow pattern, a lot of it. And you, this was made for export. So for what Westerners' idea of, you know, Chinese life from the Orient was like.
Right.
So yeah, so you find loads of this
Colour's
stuff.
still vibrant.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And when you find a really good chunk of it that's broken off like that, it's really pretty. So I keep these, yeah.
Goes in the bag.
When we see these spots here with lots of metal, this is also good. This is a piece, believe it or not, a piece of animal rib bone that has been worked. It looks twisted now, but this would have been like a veneer to go on the outside of decorative boxes, jewellery boxes and things, but that's a bit of rib bone. So in this area I'm likely to find pins, letterpress, you know, from the old letterpress type. Here we go, there's a bit. So that's a piece of letterpress. It's missing, oh no, it's a letter T. I'll print that when I get home.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, so that's a letter T. I've got bags of this. So this is a cast letter that you'd use for typing. There's some more letterpress. What's that one? That one is a 7.
Incredible. So this came out of a letterpress for a newspaper or something?
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. So this, I mean, you can tell by the font, some of it's more modern when it hasn't got the serif. When it's sans serif, you can see that it's kind of modern 20th century.
Yeah.
If it's an older font, you know, it could be 18th century, 19th. But what is this? It's a button. Is it plastic? Yes. But you know what? I love a button, even if it's modern. There we go. Little button for me to use in something or other. So I'm over in the fly zone, which is actually gross, but never mind, because I found these little bits, and look at this guy down here. Now, what have we here? That is extremely pretty, hand painted. Love that. What a beautiful piece. Okay. We're on the north bank of the Thames over here. This place here is Hanseatic Walk down there, and it's heading towards Queen Hive, which we will not be going on because it's off limits.
My antenna is spiked now because I'm wanting to find something Roman.
You're ready for Roman.
Coins, Roman treasure.
Roman ready.
A Roman.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
Look what someone's left us. Oh. This is a bit of a mind bender because to me it looks like an ashtray full of cigarette butts, which essentially is what it is. Cigarette butts of yesteryear. Obviously they're pipe stems. They wouldn't have all been put out in a ashtray like this, but isn't that strange?
Someone's just collected them and left them there.
Someone's collected them and left them there, but I looked down, saw them, and I thought, oh, ashtray. I spotted a nice little piece of slipware and I put it down for someone else to find because honestly, I can't put everything in my pockets. But here we go. Nice piece of slipware there, look. Whoosh, whoosh. Nice bit of decoration. Plate. There, decorative rim. Lovely. Mark has just found this top of a Bellarmine, or what it's actually called, a Bartman bottle neck. There he is. Yes, we've got a bit of a competition going on, and he may have just taken the lead. That's quite a nice little neck, and the rim there, just a couple of nibbles of it come out. Yeah, nice, like that. And you see where the handle would have been there. Right, Mark, so what we're going to do is head down this way towards Southwark Bridge, and what you get under bridges, you find a lot of sort of flotsam and jetsam, but lots of bones gathering under there, lots of ceramic fragments. This is a different kind of stoneware. This is really well worn, so I won't take it home, but this like frilly base here, this is Siegberg stoneware. It's German stoneware again, but this helps you identify it and put it to a particular place, so it's 16th, 17th century. Pieces of bone. This one, because of this massive chop mark in there. Is that what killed the animal? Who knows? Or is this a butchery mark? Don't know, but that is coming home with me. I think this is fluvial abrasion rather than being worked, but that is definitely a chop mark. Also, I've got this. Look at that. That has to have been cut out of there, surely. Rib bone, we know that ribs are often worked. So there, we've got those two. We're not dealing with a great tide today, but never mind. And remembering that there is no digging over here. So we're just using our eyes to find whatever we can see. Oh, Mark has found something. There's me filming Mark, Mark filming me again.
Yeah.
What have you found?
That is pottery, surely.
Yeah, that is pottery.
But a very small piece.
Yeah. It's
You're laughing.
yeah.
But we can edit that out.
Like a yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a bit of glazed pottery, probably 18th, 19th century.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say not.
Not going in the bag.
Nah, we'll leave that one. It's a real sweet blue and white day. Look at that. Another little house. I found a nice bit of pen tile and forgot to film it. Mark filmed it, so I'll ask him to share it with me.
If you come to the north side, this square section is called Queen Height. You do not, under any circumstances, go looking for anything at all. You walk straight on and pay it no attention at all, because you're not allowed to. There's a lot of laws covering the protection of this site. So my advice, keep moving. Hey, you made it!
I made it!
I'm coming.
Here's another favourite bit of mine on the foreshore. I love going through this here. Oh, and I can smell that barge from the other side that carries our rubbish out of London, which blows my mind to this day. There you go, there's the tape.
Wow, how cool is this?
Back in the Brit. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you smell that really pleasant stench?
I can, it's not me. I don't think it's me. I had my annual shower this morning.
I had my yearly bath, yeah.
Oh,
yearly, but once a year, perfect. No, it's the rubbish barge, it's there.
Oh.
It's loaded up, and this blows my mind. Rubbish from London still gets shipped out on a barge to the estuary to be dealt with, to be sent away.
To be sent away to another country?
Yeah. There we go, there's the old rubbish barge pulley system. There's the barge taking the containers of our trash, and that's how they get over here. And let me tell you, it is unpleasant. And this is all barge bed here. So Mark and I are just going to look at our finds from today. Here he comes. Yep. So that is us for the day. We've had some really nice finds, and we're just going to have a look at them now. So let me just flip the camera around. Here we go. Right, so I brought some finds that you might recognise from earlier episodes. I brought those along to show Mark, but these are Mark's finds of the day. We've got this. Oh, do you want to?
Oh, can I model it?
You model. You talk about them if you like.
I'm very proud of this. Within the first 3/4 of an hour of our mudlarking today, I stumbled upon clay pipe. Have I got it right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's so small because tobacco was so expensive. A smaller pipe would obviously accommodate a high price valued tobacco. So yeah, I'm very proud of that. Thanks, Marie.
You're welcome. And then over here we've got this lovely bit of Bellarmine jar, and that is a bit of stoneware. That's probably 16th, 17th century. There you go.
There we go.
So we've got that little neck there.
Happy with this as well. We've got the whole neck around. So yeah, that was pretty good.
There we go. Yeah, great finds, Mark. Thanks very much. And
can you just show us some of the stuff that you found on previous visits to the River Thames?
We've got some coins. Okay, these are silver. They're called hammered coins because to create them they were hammered. They were put in a die. Blank discs were put in a die and they were hammered on top, and these impressions were made. This here is a groat, which is worth 4 pennies.
I've heard of a groat before. They actually existed. I thought they were used in Monty Python films.
This is a groat. The other side is really worn. You can't see what was on there. That's silver. This is a penny. And there we go. I think this is an Edwards. There's the king on the back. It might be a Henry. There's a king on the back there. It's an Edward or a Henry. And this here, this tiny one, is a farthing.
Wow, that's minuscule.
Yeah.
I wonder where it was lost.
You can see the king on there. And this is an Edward. I think it's an Edward. That might be an Edward III penny. This one, maybe an Edward Yeah, I'm not sure. This is a farthing. And these crosses, what they did, up until Edward I, these pennies would be cut. So if you wanted half a penny, you'd cut the half. If you wanted a quarter, you'd cut the quarter, and that's how you would get the different denomination.
What's amazing is that this new craze of mudlarking, craze is the wrong word, it's becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, it is.
So, but if you want to do it in the right way, my advice would be follow someone like Marie on her channel, because she will not let you down when it comes to the do's and don'ts of mudlarking.
That's ever so kind. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, there's lots of things to consider, and just be mindful.
It's not just guys. It's not just a one-off thing that you can just come and go and do willy-nilly.
There's a lot of disappointment.
There's a lot of disappointment. But you've been mudlarking now for 6 years, haven't you?
6 years. It would be 7 years later this year. So yeah, it's but still, I'm considered a newbie. Most people that took me under their wing have been doing it for like 40 years. So it's.
Well, all I can say now is thanks so much
for
today. It's been a fantastic experience.
Yeah. Check out the program that Mark and I have together. It'll be on his channel, and I will put the link in the video description. All right. Until next time, guys. See you then. Bye.